So have you heard of the ugly recruiting method? It's fantastic. I think it's the best thing out there. It is what's going to help you recruit more people into your opportunity than ever before. It is so ugly, in fact, that it never works. I should know. I've tried doing ugly recruiting for years and epically failed at ugly recruiting. So what does ugly recruiting look like? Well, let me show you what I kind of did back in the day for recruiting. I did everything from, hold on, let me step off real quick. Wait for it. Oh my God, you've got to take this product. It's the most amazing thing in the world. I know that since I started taking this, it's done so many amazing things for me. I have more energy. I feel so much better. My life has completely changed, and you need to be taking this right now. Here, sign here, buy it. Oh my God, like, it is totally going to change your mind. Yeah, I did that. I admit it. Totally. Oh, the other thing I would do, I would, basically beat people over the head, invite them out to like lunch or something like that. Like, hey, have you heard? Let's sit down and talk for a little bit. And then of course I'd whip out my book and I'd be like, ooh, you got to do this, this, and this. And you need to see what all this looks like. And you need to join me now because this is going to be like the best thing for you. Kind of get that like in your face. Like, you need to be now inside my marketing group. That's going to make you millions. Has it made me millions? No. But you are going to make me millions because you're going to work harder than I am. And that's exactly how I'm going to make money in this business. It's going to be your efforts that let me retire and hang out at home sipping lattes by the pool. That's what I do. No, that didn't work well for me either. Let's see. I was always afraid to ask for them to join me. Get that decision. It kind of like was a little sketchy. I was afraid to call my upline because I didn't want them to think I was failing because I didn't have like every single day. I wasn't calling them up and asking them to share their story. So yeah, I did a lot of ugly recruiting that actually never really worked. Well, it worked once, but he didn't stay with me very long because he couldn't duplicate how ugly that recruiting really was. So in not being able to be duplicatable, I lost a lot of my downline fairly quickly in the very beginning. Truth and honesty there is kind of how I feel I need to be with you. So, what kind of changed this for me? Well, I got a little annoyed, honestly. I would go to all my company meetings and I would see, these leaders bringing in, a prospect every single day and getting them to these events, which I love because in reality, bringing people to the events is what got me into the company. It wasn't all this stupid stuff that I was doing, but I just never seemed to be able to realize that until later, down years. So yeah, anyways, so I would go to these meetings and I would go to the trainings, especially. We had trainings on Saturday mornings, and I would sit down and I'd listen to all this training and I'd be like, God, how did you recruit people? How did you get somebody to come in the door with you? Like, what did you say to get them here? Like, what was your exact words? Because if I say exactly what you said, then that should get me somebody here for next week. It never seemed to work that way either. For some reason, all my marketing methods that I was taught and trained, and they always tell you it's not what you say, but how you say it, and it's when the person is ready, they'll come and join you. And I got a lot of like philosophical stuff that really didn't help me build my MLM. And so I wasn't making any money. I was going a little broke. I'm just going to be honest with you on that one. There's a lot of honesty in this video today about recruiting. So what kind of changed all that is I actually came across a course called Black Belt Recruiting. And in this course, it talks about posturing and about coming across as a leader. Standing tall, throwing your shoulders back, saying things with conviction, being passionate about it, and really coming across as somebody that, knows what the heck they're talking about, right? But what I really loved about this course was that beyond the posturing, it talked about the mental mindset you need to have. What questions did you need to ask your prospect and really get them to start selling themselves on why this would be a great business for them to join, why they should join you? It's really interesting when you get objections, because I know we all hate objections. We all have like, oh, how do you handle so when somebody says, well, this is a pyramid scheme? What do you say? And I love that because I tell people all the time, I'm like, well, if you feel that way, that's cool. I'll just go home and continue making my money. That's cool. I don't worry about it. Now, back then, I was like, devastated. I was like, how do you answer this question? And the big one we always get is like, well, you work for a business, right? Well, if you work for a business, well, there's the CEO, he's the top of it, and then there's got like his people, then your people, then like you're the laborer, so I don't know about you, but that looks like a pyramid scheme to me. Right? So we hear that a lot. You see a lot of that on YouTube and all sorts of fun stuff too. But it's not so much about the pyramid scheme. You're not trying to defend that. What you really want to ask is, what is a pyramid scheme to you? Tell me what you believe a pyramid scheme to be. Instead of being defensive about what you're hearing, ask a question back. Like if they're asking you a question about your product or service, what is it that you're looking for? Right? Are you, find out what's holding them back. Find out what their fears are, because all an objection really is asking you to find a better question to ask them. And they're just looking for a better answer. They're on the fence. An objection doesn't mean no right away. An objection means, I'm curious, how are you going to handle the answer to this? And the better your answer, and the more you posture yourself, is really what's going to help you recruit more people into your MLM and your business, right? But you're only going to learn this, well, at least I've only learned this through black belt recruiting. I haven't seen this kind of training anywhere else. And the link that you guys can click on down below actually takes you to Mike Dillard and Mark Weiser's 1 hour interview where Mike actually talks to Mark, who recruited like 20 people a day or 20 people a month into his MLM. Like just crazy efficient with it. One day I hope to get to that level. Right now, working on it still. But he talks about what he did, how he postures himself, how he handles objections. And that video was so powerful for me that getting into the course, listening to the audio, getting my hands on how to handle objections, and some of his answers for objections are hysterical. Like, I got to go ask my wife before I make this decision. And Mark's comeback would be like, do you have to ask your wife to stay at a deadbeat job working 60 hours a week? Like, did you ask her about, staying there? Just little off-the-wall things. And there's some other really good ones inside of black belt recruiting. But that was the key for me, was just when you talk to a prospect, really find out what's in it for them. And it may or may not be a fit. And don't be afraid to say, you know what, I don't think this is for you. Because if you can do that and you can pull away, which God, they talk about so well inside of this training for black belt recruiting, they talk about the takeaway. And this is like priceless information that's in here that I've not come across in any of my weekly trainings, any type of my, company trainings, because they don't talk about the recruiting process. But I'm really excited and really fortunate that Mike decided to open up this Pandora's box, more or less, and really expose the truth behind recruiting into your MLM industry. So if you guys are really looking to change how you posture, learn how to handle objections a little bit more, find out how to really interview people to be a part of your company, and what that looks like, then I highly suggest you get your hands on black belt recruiting, because it really is going to transform how you look at recruiting and what it can do for your business when you learn to recruit through a positive manner and in a way of, I don't need you, instead of, oh my God, please join me. I'm desperate. I don't have anybody in my downline. I need you right now. You're going to make it rich for me. And, sorry. But that is the reality of this. So, guys, if you're looking for a bigger, better, faster way to start recruiting and really learn some skills that you're not going to be taught by those probably in your upline or downline or anywhere in between, but you're only going to get this information by getting your hands on black belt recruiting, then go ahead and click on the link down below. Once you do this, as an added benefit, I'm going to bring you inside, talking really quick, I'm going to bring you inside my private mastermind group, because I want you to meet other network marketers that are using this exact same training and other techniques to build their business online, because I think you're going to find that extremely valuable. Yes? I thought you would. So guys, again, click on the link down below. I look forward to sharing the black belt recruiting course with you. And if you have any questions along the way, bye. by all means, search me out on Facebook, on Google, on anywhere. Go look for The Chef Katrina, and you'll find me. Otherwise, if you're here on my website, then by all means, follow my blog because I got some good stuff to share with you guys. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.